This week we're going to use email sent from PHP to implement some additional features of login and registration. And we're going to implement a verification system so that we can verify that users have signed up with the correct email address. And we're going to use this to decide whether to allow them to create new content and share new content or not. And we'll also implement a feature that will let the user reset their password using email. And finally, we'll implement a feature so that the user can look up their username if they've forgotten their username. So we'll have lost username, lost password, and account verification. And let's start with account verification. So the way this is going to work is that if you're logged in but not verified, there's going to be a link up here at the top that will allow you to verify your account. And when you press that link, you'll get a dialog that asks you if you want to verify your account. And if you say OK, what it's going to do is it's going to generate a unique verification code. And that will be a randomly generated code so that it's impossible to guess. And then it's going to compose an email to your registered account telling you to click on the link. And the link is going to have the verification code that it just composed. When you click on the link, it will access a page on the Share website that marks your account as verified if the code in the link you click matches the code that we saved in a database. So let's go ahead and start with generating a code. And there's a bunch of different ways of doing this, but I'm just going to keep this simple. And I'm going to make this a private method on the user function because I'm going to be using it in user. Really, it could go in utilities as well. But I'm just going to put it here for now. So this will be private function generate code. And I'm going to give it a length parameter, which is how many characters to generate in the code. And this is going to be just a sequence of numbers and digits. So let's go ahead and define a constant array of numbers and digits. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lowercase letters. And then uppercase letters. Okay, and then keep track of how long that is. And that should be 26 plus 26 is 52, plus 10 is 62. So 62 characters. And then let's define our verification code lane to be 10 characters. And that should be completely adequate because that's 62 to the 10th power, which is really a large number. So in our generate code, we're going to start with an empty string, and then we'll have a loop. It's actually user : verification code when. We're going to set by concatenate, and then we're going to go ahead and grab a random character out of our code chars array. So that's user : code chars. So this will pick a character out, and the character we want to pick is going to be the random position from 0 up to verification code len -1. So the numbers 0 to 63. And then at the end of this, this should be code. There we go. So at the end of this, code should have however many characters we requested, and we'll just return that. So let's test that and see if it works. And let's just say for $J is 0, J less than 100, J++, echo, generate code, verification code len. I'm sorry, this actually should be just length up here. There, now it'll give us however many characters we requested. Dot, and then let's add a break. So this is going to write 100 randomly generated verification codes when we call it. And then in user, actually in our main page, index.php, for testing purposes, I'm going to put a PHP island here. And I'm going to call, see, I need a user. So we're not currently loading user, so let's go ahead and do that. Assets includes user.php. And then here, we're going to set user equal to new user. And we'll call test generate code. Okay, so let's go ahead and test that. So class user was not found on line 32. Because this is PHP, we actually wanted to require once. Require once, assets includes user.php. Okay, so there we go. Now that doesn't look like we're getting characters, so let's take a look at our code again. Yeah, so we actually wanted code charlan. Actually, we wanted this one right here, code charlan, not this one. Okay, there we go. So those look pretty random to me. And then let's go ahead and write a function that's going to send a verification email. So public function send verification. And this is just going to have the logic. It won't have the presentation. That will be elsewhere. So what do we want to do? The first thing is we want to generate a new code. So code is generate code, verification code len. And then we want to store that in the database. So that's going to be using the database object. So basically just like this. So DB is new shared database. And so we want to give it a username. So now we'll remember in the database that we use this code. And then let's go ahead and compose our email. So the subject is going to be, please verify your generic share account. And then the body, and let's use a here doc for this because it's going to be complicated. And this will be HTML format. So let's start with a level 1 header. And then here we want to put the email address, which actually we should have in this pointer email. And I'm going to be referring to the generic share site in several places. So I'm going to create a variable for that to embed. So there's the root directory and also the home page for generic share. And then let's tell them why they're verifying. Okay. And then let's include a final paragraph that's going to have the link for the generic share verify URL. And that's going to be share URL slash, and then this is going to be a user-facing page. So verify.php question mark code equal, and then we want the code. Like so. So that gives us the body. And then to actually send the email, we're going to use this share email class that we created before. And we just want to construct a new object. We give to subject and body. And then we call the send method. So and then the to is going to be this pointer email. And the subject is going to be the subject we just created. And the body is the body. And then share email send. So to test this, we're going to need to be registered, because we're calling this register function right now, that's what sets the password, username, and email. Or log in, username, password, should be a space there, and then that will get the username, email, and hash. So let's call login to simulate the user being logged in, and then we'll call send verification to see if the email gets sent. So new user, and then user pointer login, and I'm going to log into the account Mark with the password test me. I think that's right. And then I'm going to call user pointer send verification. So let's go ahead and load the page. So I haven't implemented the share database stuff yet. So first I need to require share database. Assets includes share database. And then I'm just going to stub the save code function. So store verification, I'm going to stub that for now. So share email was not found. I need to include that as well. Okay, so let's see if I got an email. And I did. Please verify your generic share account. And here's the link to the generic share homepage. Great. And then here's the link to verify my account. So this is not quite right. I have an extra slash in there. So I need to get rid of that slash. And then also, in addition to the code, I should also include the email address. So let's go ahead and fix that. So in addition to the code, we'll add email equals this pointer email. And then we'll get rid of the extra slash here. Actually, I want to get rid of the slash here, I think. And then let's try it again. So I'm going to reload. And that should have sent me a new email. Actually, I got two of them. So this one has the correct code, the right slashes, and the right email address.